Bonnie. When I was in kindergarten, I fell in love with a little blonde girl named Bonnie. I remember sitting across the table from her after milk and cookie time at the mid-morning break. I don't really remember even talking to her, though I'm sure we did at some point. I do remember sitting across from each other, our gaze locked on one another. In my peripheral vision, I could see outside the window behind her head all the other kids who'd jumped up as soon as possible to run outside and play. They were a blur of motion behind her head. The light of their activity bent around her and through her tangled blonde curls. Really, all I saw clearly was her. Her slender, delicate hand wrapped around the waxy red and white milk carton, and the tiny striped straw lightly clasped between her lips. And she not really drinking, or me. Half-eaten cookies on a white napkin on the table between us. We sat there and drank each other in. A few days later, we were discovered snuggled in the rain slicker locker together. Though I don't recall just how we got in there, I do remember feeling safe and warm and hidden away from the chaos of activity going on in the room. Kids running around and screaming. It was early and class hadn't started yet. We were hidden away behind the long, slick yellow raincoats. They felt stiff and a bit uninviting, but they made a good screen to protect us. We remained cuddled together there until the teacher, Miss Miller, arrived, and after taking head count and finding us absent, eventually discovered us and interrupted our solitude. I still feel the warm spot on the side of my body that had developed in our cuddle, and how cold it made the room feel when we were pulled apart and the air outside the locker hit my body. Episodes like this went on for a few weeks until one afternoon when Dorothy, my middle-aged, abandoned, alcoholic adopted mother, came to pick me up. When I got in the car and sat down, she screeched at me. "God damn it, Perry! I know what you've been doing with that little blonde girl, Bonnie, and if you don't stop it, I'll have to tell her mother, and then you'll really be in trouble."